Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for Cities Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and today is Wednesday, so we'll have a look at the front page of the workshop, see if there's anything trending, anything interesting. This side of the map, it grabbed my attention, and look at it, it looks pretty damn good, doesn't it? Anyway, after that we'll go and have a look at this asset from not Cities Skylines, and then we'll have a look at an Aegean theme. Why not? Why not indeed? Now in the Aegean there are lots of islands. This island, however, is more American, I would suggest. It's Cape Chadwell by Pluispixel, or Pluispixel. I'm going to go with Pluispixel. And Cape Chadwell is about as strong as American name as I could imagine. Tell me if I'm wrong. There's your start square, plenty of build space, and here's your resources. Well, it's all fertile and glorious, glorious woodland. How lovely is that? Okay, on to the workshop. Now, on the workshop, there's not much to subscribe to. You do need mass transit, otherwise there'll be no roads. Other than that, generic tree pack, service rock pack, and the Los Angeles themed by Owl, who is superb. And this theme, I've not yet seen an ugly map using the Los Angeles theme. I probably have to use it myself one day when I get time to build another map. Okay, highways. There is one highway and one railway, and basically we're going to look at both of them together because they run parallel with each other and they don't go very far together either. So it seems pointless coming back and having another look. Well, the roads are pushed really close together and it's not a bad standard at all. I've seen better, but this is up there with what I can do. So I'm not going to say they're rubbish, I'm going to say they're a BonBon standard roads. How about that? This intersection, it's a B for BonBon, and it allows you to head off into that dirt track, which at the moment doesn't go anywhere, but I can see this being maybe a water treatment area or something like that. I think that'd be a pretty reasonable location for that, maybe. Anyway, here's where your rail ends. Anything beyond that is completely at your discretion. The road itself, it's currently 2 one-way highways, as you can see. I'm teaching you how to suck eggs here a little bit, aren't I? But then, at this point, it becomes one of these two-lane city centre type highways, before then switching to a national road there as well. So basically 3 different road transitions fairly soon after each other. I probably would have done without that middle section, but what am I to say, huh? Now this roundabout, I like the decoration on this roundabout. The rocks are very interesting, very nice. This one's trying to get onto the road, but it didn't quite manage it, so it's fine. No problem with that at all. Tree-lined highways are very pretty, and then we go very open plan, and you can see out to sea. And there's not much to see out there apart from the end island. The beaches are very pretty, very, very pretty. But like I say, it's the theme. You can't go far wrong with this theme. And then we dead end and hit some dirt tracks. So we're going dirt tracking. Why not? These dirt tracks are once again tree lined to give the impression of fields, and the field painting is quite nice, if I'm honest with you. Quite nice indeed. So anyway, we'll follow this down. Take a right here. Why not? Why not? We've already been on that tarmac road. Don't need to go any further there. And bear off this way and give a hard left here over this little bridge here, which is quite nice vanilla bridge. A little bit of tree clipping there through the bridge. You missed that one, my friend. You missed that one. And then back into the into the build plane. We've got hills on the right and a little bit of a lake on the left. But this is going to be a nice little housing area, I would suggest. I'd quite like to live there. And that is about it for the network. So let's go and do an asset review. Yeah, why not? Now, today's asset isn't even from Cities Skylines. So why am I reviewing it? Cities Skylines, it's such a lovely game. It's such a city builder game. It's relaxing, it's creative, it's challenging. It's not a bloodlust game. It's not a last man standing game. It's none of those things. Unlike PlayerUnknown Battleground. You seen that one? I'd love to have a go at that game one day. It's just a matter of finding time. I just don't have the time. This, however, is PlayerUnknown Battleground Shack by Nein. I'm going with Nein. Nein. I'm going with Nein. And this is one of the buildings you can hide in playing PUBG, which, like I say, looks like a great fun game. Last man standing. Great fun. Is anybody watching us? No? Okay, we'll go and hide. We'll go and hide in that shack. Quick, join me. Hide in here. So hopefully we won't, they won't find us. We'll just wait here and wait to be found. PUBG Shack by Nein. Shh. Shh. I hope that made you jump. Okay, it's time for the shipping routes. Shipping routes go all the way around the island, and at each juncture we've got these little every direction kind of junctions, and another one here going on every direction junction. Where's this ship going? Are you going left or right? Oh, he's going straight. Oh, that's a shame, because I would have liked him to have gone this way. You'll see why in a moment. Another little into the bay over there. And then we've got the bridge, and I would like to have gone this way just to see whether this bridge is high enough. I don't know for sure. It might just be, but there's definitely going to be clipping on that pillar on the right there. So, but there's no way of checking. Unfortunately, no ship came this way in the entire time I was recording. So, I'm not going to build a port just to force something to go that way. Water flow. Here you're in the lake, and there is just very gradual water flow in the lake. Very nice. And the river, there's no arrows, but you can see it moving, so I'm okay with that also. Then we get out to sea. We'll just choose some random locations out to sea. You can see an arrow there. Yeah, I see an arrow there. Yep. If there's so much as one arrow, you know there is, even if it's just very gradual water movement. Yeah, loads of arrows there. And over here in the bay, don't see anything in here. So it's worth checking before you pop down your water outsourcing, just to be sure. Just to be sure. Right, let's have a look at. Let's start off with the mainland. Hey, down here. Like I say, the beaches are very lovely. The terrain colouring is very, very lovely. The hills are very nice. Around here, perfectly placed for maybe a bit of industrial. There's a great place for your docks. Very, very nice again. And the beaches are good. And we'll just head across to... how about this? The Essential Lighthouse. Haven't seen one of those for a while, have we? Very nicely done. And like I say, the theme for this gives you these lovely rocky cliffs. And they are beautifully done. Beautifully. It's still down to the map maker to get them to glitch like that. It's just using your skills. That's what it's all about. Over here we've got a bit of rockiness in there. Look, second Essential Lighthouse. Now, I'm liking this one. This one's done really well indeed. Very much liking that one. And there's even a lighthouse keeper's cottage as well, which is burnt off, hidden away in the trees there. And I like that. So that's my favourite lighthouse. Possibly the least needed one of the lighthouses, because you're going to be going through that. The river. The river. Let's have a look up the river, shall we? See if there's any drowned trees. Yes. Oh, look, there's a cluster. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about those being there, I'm afraid. Okay. And then both sides of the river here. Oh, there's a whole cluster of them, one right up to its neck in water. Then you've got the clipping tree there as well, and a couple more on the left. And up here, you've got a couple paddling. I would suggest that probably 80% of those trees that are in the water need removing. You can get away with a couple of them, but that many, don't believe it, I'm afraid. We've got this lighthouse and pier combo. Yep, looks really good, thank you very much. Not much to say there, to be honest with you. Just pretty standard fare. Got another one of these lighthouses up on the rock. Yeah, and up here at the tip of the island, we've got another one of those lighthouses, which is just sat there, minding its own business. The field painting looks really good. This for me is the prettiest part of the map. It's done really well. I'm just like it. The colours and the theme work really, really well together. And so that is that. I think we can give this thing some marks. Aesthetically, I like it. It's a really good theme. Very nice island. I think more could have been done, but I think I can safely give this 4 stars. Detailing, pretty good. A few problems with the trees, etc. But other than that, not really too much to grumble about, and think it's definitely well worth 4 stars as well. Gameplay potential, there are a few minor things to grumble about, like build plane and stuff like that, plus 1 highway, 1 railway. But all that said, I think it's still definitely worth a 4th star. Can't quite get to a 5th one, I'm afraid, but 4 stars. So 4 stars across the board for Cape Chadwell by Pluispixel, and do you know what? I think it's definitely worth a BonBonB slap on the back. Oh, seal of approval. Very nicely done indeed. Right, well, it's time for what theme? Shall we zoom across to Themington and have a look at the Aegean Temperate theme, starting with midday, and we'll have a look at dusk. I was asked about eye candy settings for this. I'll tell you about that once I've just quickly gone over the LUTs we're using today. The vanilla LUT in the top left hand corner as per always, and then we've got the combination top right of Satellite and bottom left of the glorious Cleyra, and then in the bottom right today's guest excuse me, today's guest LUT is Skylines 2000, which is very vibrant, very bright, and is supposed to bring back memories of, obviously, well, of SimCity 2000. Right, so let's talk about these eye candy settings. And normally what I do is I move the sliders to literally centre of the rail, just so that every map is judged with exactly the same setting. However, I'm finding that probably those settings are a little bit too bright. So I might just leave these sliders as default from now on and see if that makes any difference. So, for example, Cleyra in the bottom left there, even Satellite in the top right are both very, very bright. I mean, the vanilla Temperate, you can make out all the details, not that you really want to. Skylines 2000 is obviously, the contrast in that is like off the wall. But they're all with identical settings, so but I'm probably going to make a slight change to that. As in the finally, also the time settings for middays. Clearly, I set the clock to midday. Sun is directly overhead, which should give the maximum light, of course. For dusk settings, I found the time of day that I like best for that, for making these recordings, is at 7:45 in the evening, so 1945 or thereabouts, within a minute or two, is always the time I use for dusk. Right, so let's forget about Skylines while this cinematic's still running. I've still got a few minutes left of this. Let's have a look at a few more of my collected factoids from over the years. We'll start with a British one, shall we? Because being British, I enjoy being British. Actually, no, I enjoy being English. I don't think the Scots would appreciate me saying that I'm British, because they're a very proud race, the glorious Scotsmen, and I bow to you. And I the same with the Welsh, and even the localised. Because the thing is, with the UK, it is such a small country, but a Cornishman and a Yorkshireman are as different as a Cadillac and a Codro. Really, there is no difference. I'm not calling either one of those a Codro, by the way. I wouldn't dare. I would not dare. So anyway, yes, back to Britain. The most common place name in the United Kingdom is, not surprisingly, Newtown. It could be found 150 times, which is quite a lot. In the UK, the most common name for a shopping centre is the Arndale Centre. Now this one, it didn't surprise me at all. I mean, the first name you think of when you think of shopping centres in the UK is Arndale. I had to check this one up. Now, I've gone to Wikipedia, and we all know how reliable Wikipedia can be. Because I thought, where the hell, who would come up with the name Arndale? It kind of sounds a bit bland, and if I'm going to build a shopping centre chain, I'm going to give it a super shopper or something like that. Something dreadfully generic, but something like that. Anyway, it turns out that Arndale got its name from the two founders of the Arndale chain, where they produced the Arndale Property Trust, and it was Arnold Hagenbach and Sam Chippendale, who obviously took their names Arnold and Chippendale and contracted them to become Arndale. There we are. That is where, supposedly, according to Wikipedia, the Arndale Centres got their names from. Now, the herring, from shopping centres onto fishing, the herring is the most widely eaten fish in the world, which is ironic considering the herring is not a very wide fish. I'm sorry, I apologise. Did you know that most cows produce more milk when they listen to music? Yeah, it's true. It's very, very true. I've got dairy farming in my family. And yes, a little bit of classical, a little bit of Tchaikovsky will produce more milk. While we're on talking about production, did you know that queen bees, they lay about 1,500 eggs a day and live up for nearly 2 years? 2 years for a queen bee? That's quite a lifespan, for a little fella like that. But then again, if all you're doing is laying eggs, it's not much of a life, is it? What have we got? The world's deadliest. We had an earthquake one yesterday, didn't we? But let's do another one. The world's deadliest recorded earthquake hit central China in 1557, killing a small matter of 830,000 people, which is quite a lot. In 1976, another tremor hit the area, killing more than 250,000 people, unfortunately. Who want to live in China, right? Well, lots of Chinese people, I would imagine. Well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. I've been BonBonB. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. You can click on the left-hand link to see my most recent upload, and on the right-hand link to see another map in the What's Map series. Of course, you can click the big circle in the middle of Flu to instantly subscribe. You can join me on Patreon at patreon.com/BonBonB, where there are lists of all the maps across all the series that we've done.